Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique War Games Rain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the Monday painting video. What is the Monday painting video and what's it all about? Well, the Monday painting video from last week's Weekly Wednesday, which is a Q&A, I show you a host of models and you guys decide, you vote on what you want to be painted for Monday's painting video, and that's what we're going to today. If there's usually a tie of models, then we do dice roll, but that's the gist of it, guys. So for all my regulars here, I feel love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. Right, so what won the vote? You would have seen from the thumbnail, but Lord Typhus. Absolutely fantastic model. So much little detail on him, so much just amazing. Like even like little chainmail hanging off him there. There's some more over there. There's cloth hanging off him. There's skulls on him. There's some crazy ass. There's all flies buzzing at the back of him here. It's actually a fantastic model. There's a big fat noggin on him there. I didn't realise that. And so, going through my wet palette quickly. I have some Euphron Grey, some Swimming Skull, Vulcan Green, that's the airbrush paint. Yeah, the airbrush version, because I want it watered down, and then if I want to water down some more I can. Lead Belcher, Retribute Rammer, this is Dryad Bark, is it? Yeah, Dryad Bark. Again, this is the airbrush version, because I want to have a nice watered down. Moot Green, and some White Scars. Now, the only thing I'm missing off of there, which I've forgot to put on there, is Rhinox hide, but I'll get that afterwards. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to take that Euphron Grey, and I'm going to come in and get all of these flies and whatever they are, smoke coming out. Just, I'm not going to coat them in paint, I'm just going to give them a sort of quick once over. So it's like that. Yeah, so you got all the bits of black coming through, but you can still pick out what they are. Now, obviously, guys, don't panic. I'm not going to do this all on camera. I'm going to do a little bit and show you what I mean. Because you can spend hours doing these flies. I mean, hours upon hours upon hours. But there's no need to do that. They're nice added detail to the model, but they're not, for me, it's not, I don't want to take nothing away from him. Right, so I'm going to go off camera and do the rest. Right, so here we are. You can sort of see it underneath there, that's not too bad. Now I'm going to come in with some Vulcan Green, and this is the bit that's going to take the time. I'm going to come through and do all these armor panels of Vulcan Green. That is an airbrush paint, so it is watered down really, really well. And on the wet page, just means it's watered down even more. This doesn't have to be, for me, it's not going to be like a massive, fantastic paint job on here with this Vulcan Green. I'm going to give it a nice once over. Because there's other plans to come on with other stuff. So I'm going to go off camera and do the rest. Right, so you can see the armour now. Now I actually gave the face a quick dry brush with Euphron Grey as well, and the Noggin. So miss half his face bit. It seems to be okay. And so now I'm going to come in with some Dryad Bark. And he has a little cloth here that I want to get. But there's not very much of the cloth on display. This brown is going to really break up the green as well. You already see it's just making it look so different. Get it from behind as well, because there's a lot of. But what I'm going to do with it as well, I'm going to get this leather on his scythe. Now normally I'd use Rhinox hide, but So I've got this out, I'll give it a go, see what it's like. For those of you that don't know, when you're painting circular things like this, don't do up and down. You'll see that I'm doing it from side to side and then travelling up and down like side to side. Yeah, so I'm going like this. Whereas normally people just start slapping it backwards and forwards. If you do it like this, you'll get all the bits you need to get. Plus you'll get a little bit of a black undercoat bleed through. Coming through in spaces here and there, which defines it out even more. So then when you whack a little dry brush on top, it will really just make it pop up really nice. There's another little cloth here. As I said, look how the brown stands out from the green really nicely. Yes, that's it. What to come with next? I'm going to come in with some lead belcher. Okay, I'm not going to do all this on camera, I'm just going to show you a little bit. I'm going to give the weapon a quick once over. All the pipes and all the blades sticking off it and the hilt of it and everything. I'm going to pick out like the chainmail and try and pick out any piping and stuff that I come across. Okay, so I'm going to go off camera and do that. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in with some Death Guard green. I'm going to water it down even more on the wet palette. So it's like basically like a wash. I'm going to come in and I'm sort of going to feather it in like this. I say feather it in, I've just sort of just messed up already. I'm going to come in like this. And then you notice I'm not going all the way to the edge. I want the Vulcan green to really stand along the edges of it. Because it's watered down, it's going to really just, not take long to dry, but it's going to really thin itself down even less than what it looks like at the moment. So essentially I've turned it from a paint to a wash, but it's going to turn into like a layer paint, if that makes any sort of sense. I'm going to add it in on his hand. That looks amazing along the hand. I'm going to crack on with the rest of him and I'll come back to you again in a minute. So now I'm going to come in with some red Burama and painstakingly get all this trim that stands out. I'm going to do it all of it on camera. I'm just going to do a little bit just to show you. So I'm going to do all of the trim. There's a lot, there's even some around his wrists here. So I'm going to go off camera and do all of that. So here we are. Now you'll notice actually some screaming skull on the skull, so only one skull on his body. And I did youth and grey on the stone he's standing on and on his hoofs. Now this little bit here is actually Retribute armour and some lead belcher mixed together on the wet palette and just whacked in to make it look a bit different. Now I'm going to come in with some moot green. I'm going to really water it down on the wet palette. So it's really wet. And I come in and I'm just going to sort of come in like that. So again, I'm not going to get the whole thing. I'm just going to get a little bit across the centre of each little section. Now I'm going to go off camera and do the rest. I'll come back to you when it's done. So here we are. So now I'm going to come in with some white scars. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little dry brush over the skull just to really brighten it up. Now I'm going to run across the helmet. Now don't panic because White Scars is a layer paint, so it'll go on bright and dull itself down. I wanted to have a really bright helmet to really contrast the rest of it. Now we're going to go with something really interesting. Switch to a shade brush. I'm going to come in with some Druky Violet. It's one of my favourite shades. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash down all of these flies. So you say, what? They're blue blazing. There you do it. Don't worry. Trust me. It's a very, very easy process, a very nice way of doing things. Because not only will this purple really stand out away from the model, the green and everything else, what I do next is going to really just make them pop. So I'm going to go off camera and do the rest of them. So here we look. Now you can see that purple is still base, you can see, but it really takes away from the blue, the green. But we're not finished with that yet, so don't panic. Next I'm going to go with some Plague Bearer contrast paint. A bit too much. The Nurgling's going to get done. If there was too much, I come off onto the brush then. So when you do that, what you do is clean the brush down, come in, just move it around a little bit. If there's too much on there, you take it off. Right, so now I'm going to come in with Skeleton Horde and Rattling Grime. Skeleton Horde, too much again. It's going to go across his hooves. And do the Skeleton Horde first because it's got one foot on the rock here. So now what I'm going to do is come in with Rattling Grime. It's another colour I really like, especially for stonework. There's somebody going to say, why didn't you highlight the stone first of all? And I don't want to do it on this particular one. I want it to be a big dirty slab of stone that he's standing on. You can already see how that stone's starting to look. Right, so for all intents and purposes, this is battle ready. You could whack that, not like that, but you could put it on the table and it's good to play with. Okay, but now I'm going to take it beyond battle ready standard, and obviously I'll wait for the contrast paint to dry first, but I'll take it past battle ready standard because there's a nice little trick I want to show you with these bundle of flies here. Well, not trick, but it's something I want to experiment with them. So I'll come back to you in a minute when that's all dry. Right, so I've had to redo the wet palette because it dried out on me whilst waiting for this to dry. Let's bring you and show you this. It looks absolutely fantastic. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get some White Scars on my dry brush to take off as much as possible, and I'm just going to come along and dry brush these guys. This is a very simple trick. What this is going to do is really break up the purple from the green as well. And what I'm going to do now is take a bit more. I'm going to try and dry brush the face as much as possible. Just to make it pop out a little bit much more. So now I'm going to come in with some Screaming Skull, again for a dry brush. I just want to lightly dry brush the leather strapping, just to make it really stand out even more. Make it define as bits of leather strapping, not just it's a block, you know. Get a bit of his loincloth as well. There's only one final bit for me to do. And the final bit is some 12 Slough Orange. It's a layer paint. It's a very nice colour, very nice orange. I'm going to come in and just try and pick out a few bits here and there. Mainly the little holes that are in the scythe. Just run it along the edge here. Again, on the other side, the same thing. Just try and pick out the little holes in the scythe. But don't panic, because this 12 Slough Orange is a layer paint, so it will go on really bright and dull itself down without me going off camera. Do apologise, guys. A few little baubles on his chest here, or he's hanging off his loincloth. His chainmail, a little bit of a flick of it. There's one other thing I need to do actually that I forgot about. Coming in with white scars, I'm going to give the scar a little bit of a touch up. But what I want to do is just try and get into that little gap there. With white scars, it's going to really just, white scars are layer paint, so it will go and brighten itself down into that little hoof part there. Just give me that nice little worn effect. This one's a little bit different because there isn't as such a little space to get into, but it's all cracked hooves there. Just giving it a little slap of white scars. White scars. Now I'm going to. I'll just scared the life out of me. Wind blew the door shut. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to just roughly give a little edge highlight along the rock. Nothing too fancy. Just want to break it up a little tiny bit. And he is done and ready for some action. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, it's helped you in any way, please subscribe to the channel. It costs you absolutely nothing, and it helps show out in a massive way. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss any videos I produce. For everyone that's been here since the beginning, guys, so much love for you guys. It means so much to me. And everyone that voted for this guy, or actually done not just this guy, but any votes from last week's Wiki Wednesday, massive thank you to all of you. There was a vast array of votes for last week, and I hope this week I make it more difficult for you to decide what you want to get painted. But guys, everyone smash the thumbs up button for me as well, so it triggers this video to YouTube to trigger this video to share to more and more people and help make this community grow. I'm going to bring you down to show you some pretty pictures, because I think the camera's just gone acting really weird on me now. I'm really going to show you some pretty pictures. Until next time, guys, take it easy.